this generation has less fathers. Let's face it, like a lot of
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's something the country really needs to fucking focus. If you really want to get government involved, like let's focus on getting dudes to be parents to their fucking kids.
That's a fact.
I think that's a tough one though.
That's a tough one. Why? Because people think it's cool now to just plug into a chick and give a baby and be like, yeah, I did my part.
Well, no, because I'm pretty sure that we both know plenty of fathers that would love to be doing more for their kids, but women.
The situation doesn't allow
certain
it.
Things, and they choose to go certain routes, and instead of just being a fucking adult, they want to do all this extra shit. Like, just let that man be a fucking father, because that's all he is to you now. There's nothing else. Like, he don't want you, he don't want to be with you. He wants to be there for the kid. He wants to fucking do what it is that he's supposed to do. But all that extra shit that's going on, that doesn't even need to be going on, and that interferes with the relationship that men have with kids, which causes like a really big fucking stigma. And it's hard now because, like I said, like at least from my experience and what it is that I've been surrounded by, a lot of women do a lot of grimy shit to men that just want to be fathers. So I mean, it's hard. It depends on, I guess it depends on like your background and the culture and stuff like that. But like I said, like I know plenty of dudes that are just trying to do what it is that they want. Like I've been very big on like being with my kids as much as possible. I'll be fucking damned if a court tells me that I can only see my kid every other weekend. Like, what the fuck? And
right.
You want me to be a great father, and you're telling me I can't see my kid? I
gotta be part-time.
4 days a fucking month? Are you
right.
kidding me?
Right.
You're fucking crazy. So like, until shit like that changes, there's no fucking way that we can be more, involved inside, children's lives and things like. Because I do truly feel there are a lot of like better fathers out there, or fathers that could be better if there wasn't so many fucking roadblocks in the way. Like, why are you jumping through hoops just to fucking be a father?
With that, because like I think I told you the story that I went through with my two little ones, how much money I spent on lawyers and still didn't end up.
Yeah.
So like my question maybe to you is then, so like why aren't more fathers taking further steps with the courts to be like, okay, why can't dads matter? You know what I'm saying? Like why is it all about the woman's right with the kid, but not the man?
But isn't that like everything else? It's not easy, that there's not like an easier path. The cards are kind of stacked, quote unquote, against
stacked,
us.
because
it's stacked against us.
Yeah, it's completely stacked. Because like you split up, right? You're not married or whatever. The kids always go to the mother. You got to prove they're drug addicts, fucking all types of shit.
And even that's not enough.
To even be even. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's crazy.
But here's the thing, right? So I agree with everything that you said, especially about like the system's fucked up and it's lopsided towards the women and shit like that.
Right.
But here's the thing. So knowing that, this is where I go back to, and it's what me and Cliff have said. Cliff said, you got to vet people. And I've said, we talked about the conversations about like, it goes back to like meeting the children and like, oh, it's attractive when she doesn't want me to meet her kids and then what Nice said last week, where Nice said, the women that don't need you, they want you. The problem is dudes just want to go fuck everything and put their dick in everything and not wrap nothing up, and they don't give a fuck about those repercussions. So that's why they end up in these types of situations that, you know what I mean, they have to deal with. Motherfuckers, the system needs to change. I 100% agree with you, but that's a much longer, deeper, more complicated route. Whereas people, if you realize that the system is like this and you want to be a father, fucking be more cautious with your fucking dick. Like that's what it comes down to. Like,
get a dog.
Don't bust a nut in everything.
Get a dog. See what that's about first. Get an animal.
That's out of control. Dogs are like having kids, dude. Trust me, I breed.
Like I have dog. Like I don't know, man. To me, there's so much wrong with it, but it goes back to accountability. Let's make certain people accountable. This would be my world. My world is one. Only certain people should procreate. You know what I mean? I don't think it should just be anybody. I think if you don't have your shit together, no, I'm sorry, you're not bringing a child into this world. You're not fucking up the world any more than what it is. That's one. That's one. Two. I think you got to be a certain age. I
Yeah.
truly believe that.
Yeah.
Like, we all develop differently,
Yep.
especially
Yep.
males. You see what I'm saying? Like, that has to be a thing. I'm pretty sure you have young guys that, you know, that had kids at 19, 18, whatever, and they're scared out of their minds. Their options have changed. Their criteria is different. They're not going to be able to participate in sports. They're not going to be able to hang out. Their plan now has to be, should be anyway, to take care of said child. But because of either A, the girlfriend's pissed off now, not happy because they're not together. It was just a summer fling and summer's over, and you know, he busted, and you know, now they produce this, you know, this little kid. And now guess what? This little kid feels like, oh, it's okay that dad's not around, or it's okay that mom's not doing this. It's okay that I only get to eat once a day. And guess what? It's a recycle. They do the same shit. They get fucking pregnant. They're on either like welfare or whatever the case may be. They're dependent. Their expectations of life is reduced again, and then it becomes a generational thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I agree with Limo saying, like, what are you saying, like 15 to 30 years? I think it is going to take that, but I think we got to take some serious action and make people more accountable for actions taken. Like, oh, okay, so there was an option at one point in time that, let's say you guys were 20, he didn't want it, but she wanted it. You guys came to court, you signed off on a paper, both agreeing that you decide to do this. There should be only a percentage, say 20%, that he's responsible for because you wanted to keep it. I think it got to be something crazy like that, because a lot of times, and I'll say it, you might have gotten the wrong female pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And there has to be an option provided. And if she decides to move forward with it, you see what I'm saying? And
Right.
Right.
And this